In the world of major pharmaceutical corporations, there are winners and there are losers. Will you be able to provide the population with the finest drugs that cure the most dangerous diseases? And more importantly, will you be able to turn a profit while doing so? Big Pharma is a economics and management game where you play as the leader of a drug manufacturer who is trying to produce pills and also get rich in the process. In order to do so, you'll need to find ingredients which can be synthesized into effective drugs, then research the equipment that can effectively process those ingredients into said drugs, and finally release your drugs into the market, hopefully ahead of your competition. Now, most of your time in Big Pharma will be spent on the production floor. This is where you'll be designing and maintaining the assembly lines that will take your drugs from raw materials to finished products. Each drug has a concentration that needs to be raised or lowered by various machines. However, each of these devices has a cost, and you have limited floor space to work with. This is where the logistical challenge of the game comes in, as you must thread your drug production through your factory, keeping in mind both your other assembly lines and your bottom line. Keep in mind, you can't just sit on your thumbs. Your competitors will be producing their own drugs, and if too many pills get pushed to market, your profits will disappear in the blink of an eye. Now, there are ways to try and get around this, either by patenting a certain recipe or by increasing the effectiveness of your drug. But eventually, you're going to need to upgrade, at which point you can attempt to either streamline your production or use new ingredients to produce better pharmaceuticals. Now, to its credit, Big Pharma has a rock-solid internal gameplay cycle of produce drug, turn profit, upgrade, and then repeat until you've accomplished the mission's objectives. Plus, the randomized nature of ingredients and factory space means that you always have some small logistical puzzle or immediate detail to attend to. Now, as an observation, not a criticism, just an observation, I would mention that the game is rather tedious. You're going to spend a lot of time staring at what are essentially spreadsheets, trying to match up cures and catalysts, trying to plot out production lines, trying to check on profit margins. However, as an addendum to that observation, the game is tedious by design. I mean, after all, it's an economics simulator, and like most economics simulators, there's a lot of repetition. Still, I enjoyed Big Pharma. I'd give it 3 out of 4 stars, and my recommendation. If you're looking for a management game that combines logic puzzles with a supply and demand curve, then yeah, go ahead and get it. Alright, thanks for listening. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got to go cure the symptoms, not the disease. After all, that's where the real money is.